Hi,
What's your name?
Claudia.
So, before we get anywhere or start on anything, you need to know ahead of time that this is completely confidential. Anything you do or say will stay between us unless you talk about, harming yourself. That's when, I have to bring in another person.
Okay.
So, what's brought you here today?
Well, there are some stressful things in my life right now, like school, but the main thing right now is my dad being the main issue causing my stress.
What is he doing, or what do you feel is happening that's causing you so much stress?
Well, I'm 18 now, and he still treats me like a child. Like, I'll ask him to go out, and he won't, or like he'll set a curfew that's way too early for someone that's 18.
Well, do you feel as if the things that he's doing out of like love or to protect you, or do you feel like he's just being completely biased?
I think sometimes it is out of protection because I can see where he's coming from. You know, he wants to protect his daughter and stuff, but other times he doesn't like really give a valid reason as to why he's doing it.
Well, do you have any older siblings?
I have one older brother, but he acts differently. Because since he's a guy, I guess, you know, he's more safe and feels comfortable letting him go out, you know, spend the night with his friends because he doesn't have to worry as much for a guy.
Well, do you feel as if he may treat you differently because your older brother was the trial son, they kind of made, let's try this and this and what another with him. And so now that they kind of got the reins on how to do things, it's like, okay, well, let's put this curfew on her because when he had the curfew, it didn't go well with him.
Yeah.
So maybe it isn't exactly that he's like being biased or he's not treating you well. It's just you don't feel as if it's fair because you're older and your brother's older.
Yeah.
And you're also a female. I don't like that either because I've dealt with it too.
Yeah.
But being a female, you are more subject to getting, treated disrespectfully, and people try to take advantage of you. And that's where I think the protection comes from. You're his oldest daughter, and the last thing he wants to do is find out that something bad happened to you because he could have prevented it. What? Is there any other things causing you stress? Anything else?
I think also it's kind of school because there's a lot of assignments and just like a lot more responsibility piling up from high school and college.
Okay, so I know now that you're in college, it's a lot different. You have a lot more due dates. You have a lot more things you have to keep up with.
Yeah.
So, what do you think, in your mind, are the top three issues?
I think number one mostly would be time management because I have other things going on at home and I have three younger siblings that usually help with my mom around the house. So finding time to where I can settle down and do the homework. Another thing would be remembering the due dates because I'm not very organized and it's hard to remember like this is due and this and this. And something else would probably be like sometimes maybe transportation because I do live 30 minutes away, so I have to have that in mind.
Okay, so with those three things, it seems like you have a really big issue with time. Making time to study, making time to do your homework, making time to write down that you have homework.
Definitely, yes.
So maybe in this situation, we can sit down and we can brainstorm some ideas that can help you and guide you to do better in school. Because last thing I want you to do is fail, because then it's really going to make your dad mad. He's really not going to let you go anywhere. So, what do you think are some things or some tools you can have to work better on your time management?
Maybe like buy a planner, you know, and then like just write down I have this due, or set time aside in a day. Like I'll schedule it with my mom, you know, like set aside a time where I'm just like, this is when I have to do homework. Don't like ask me for stuff. Let me focus on homework, and then I'll come back and help.
See, that sounds very good. So what you need to do is take the things that you're telling me and put that into action. But don't get a planner and then not write your homework down, or get a planner and not write down the things that you need to do. And when you do it, you have to dedicate that you're going to follow it, even though I know it's hard and you want to procrastinate. I procrastinate too, but you have to follow it. So maybe also get a erase board, calendars.
Yeah.
That way you can write it down and it's always in your face. Put reminders in your phone since you're always on it.
Yeah.
We have do some things that are going to accommodate to you. Don't get a planner and you know you're not going to read it.
Yeah.
Get something that's going to remind you and is going to always be on top of it. And as far as going with your dad, maybe you can write down some things. It doesn't have to be right now, but when you come back, write down some things that you feel like are the top 5 things that you want to discuss with your dad and you want to change. And we can go over, we can brainstorm and see what's best or what you need to hold off on. But as far as time management, as far as schoolwork, get your planner, try to do that. Put some reminders in your phone, and you have to stay dedicated to it.
Yeah,
and when you come back in about a week or 2, tell me how the time management goes. And if that doesn't work, then we'll try something new.
Right.
And then as far as your dad, write down the top 5 things that you want fixed or you want change in your household, and we'll brainstorm it and we'll do better on it. Okay.
Right, definitely.
So, do you feel as if you feel a little better, or?
Yeah, I feel a lot better. You gave me a lot of great ideas.
Okay, good. So I'll see you next week, and we'll tell me how things change. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.